Hello, we're just going to do a quick demonstration of the grouping functionality within the interface of all of the scanit range of products. We're currently looking at scanit software, and let me just indicate the various areas of the interface. We have the main grid area here. We have the column headers there, and directly below the column headers we have the filtering row, but that won't be discussed in this demonstration. And above the column headers we have the grouping area. Any of the column headers that are dragged into the grouping area will cause the data in the main view area to be grouped by that column header. This by default, and we're currently in the software by computer view, by default this view is grouped by host name. So if we right click in the grouping area, we can say full collapse, and then if we scroll back up, because it by default will scroll to put everything, there we are, and we can now see we've got two computers. This is all the software. This is the default view here. This is all the software on that computer, and this is all the software on that computer. They're actually both PDCs. So we're grouped by host name. But I would like to know, so from that information I can see the software now that's on each computer. And if we had 100 computers in the system, we would see the software grouped by computer. But I might be interested in knowing in more detail the vendor, the manufacturer, so and grouping it by manufacturer. So by grouping like this, dragging that up there, putting that there, I can now see we're going to now see the software on this computer, but it's going to be subgrouped by vendor, by manufacturer. So this is software that had no manufacturer name recorded in the system. This is software, this is Adobe system software that's on this computer. This is Microsoft software that's on this computer. So we can drill down through each computer and see the software now grouped by vendor. But if we were interested in the software grouped by vendor, but first and then by machine, we could simply drag this column header around to the front now. So now we've got, this is all of the software from Adobe, and this is the machine that it's on. Now Adobe software would appear to be only on the one machine, and we've got Microsoft software, it's on two, understandably, and we can drill down and see the software that's on that machine and see the software that's on that machine. But again, if this were a massive network, you know, there might be thousands of machines, all different types of operating systems, different types of machines, servers, member servers, this, that, and the other. We can group by those different types. Whilst this is scanit software, I have run scanit systems earlier on this network, and because that scanit systems has been run, and I'm just going to quickly clear the grouping. Because scanit systems has been run, this view now has the domain member type in it, and the computer physical type in it, and the operating system, which is information that was gathered by the scanit systems application when it ran. The data was combined, and now every other application will be able to make sorting, grouping, and filtering decisions in a more detailed manner, because you can now, the system now knows, collectively it now knows the types of each machine. If we hadn't run scanit systems, we would simply know the IP address, host name, MAC address, and because this software this application is the scanit software application, when we run this application we'll get the software from those, so we'd only be able to see what software was on a particular IP address or host name, but we wouldn't be able to group it as I can now. I can say I'd like to see all the software by a domain member type, and what I would see here is everything, all my PDCs grouped together, all my member servers would be grouped together, all my workstations would be grouped together, and so I can now see software in detail by the domain member type. The groupings can be built up, so they can be added to. They are cumulative. And they can be rotated, they can be dragged off, as simple as that, or you can right click on them and say ungroup. It's easy to drag them off. So here I would be looking at software group by PDC, but I could very simply say, well, actually I don't want to group by PDC, Now I now want to see the software grouped by. What I did was by doing that I actually took them out of the display altogether, and that put them into a little storage area there. So we can take that, put them back, the column headers, put them back anywhere I like. Sorry, that was a bit of an error on my part. And we can now say, well, I actually want to see the software by operating system, so by dragging the operating system here, now because there is only one operating system and the machines that have been scanned here, we're only going to see the 2003. But this, again, large network, multiple operating systems, and we would see groupings. We would see the Windows 2003, which is server. We would see Vista, XP, Windows 7, and various operating systems. All of the software would be grouped like this below here. So that was just a quick intro to the grouping. It's very flexible, and the best way to get a handle on it is to just have a play. Thank you very much.